Hello Infusionsoft friends. What if I showed you a way to create an event on Facebook and have it automatically create an event on your WordPress platform? Would you be interested? What if I told you that the event created on Facebook could also pull in custom images and videos into WordPress, making a beautiful event page? Would you still be interested? What if I also told you that once the event is automatically created in WordPress, that users would be able to register for the event both on Facebook and on your WordPress website? Would you still be interested? I thought so. To take it one step further, what if I told you that this event would update automatically to any changes you make on your Facebook event page and automatically update your WordPress event? Would you be interested? I certainly hope you would be. That's cool and all, but what if I told you I could make the event created in Facebook synced automatically to WordPress, embedded with custom images and videos, including a registration form, offer your potential attendees condition-based questions before coming to the event? Would you still be interested? I thought you would be. What if I told you that I could do all of that and integrate registrations with Infusionsoft to run marketing automation follow-up sequences for the event? This could include responding to the event, giving a nice confirmation message for the event, or even giving a post follow-up for the event. Would you still be interested? If your answer to these questions is yes, then this free solution is right for you. My name is Nick Kulavic, Infusionsoft guru, daily grinder, web marketer, franchise specialist, Anon supporter, and a professional daydreamer. So the question is, how did I do it? Well, it's all about the plugins. I used a combination of free WordPress plugins to provide this deep and flexible integrations. Oops, I forgot. I paid for one plugin, but you can do it all for free or supercharge it with the paid plugin. So what are the plugins? Well, the first one that I used is Timely, all-in-one event calendar, the free pro version, because they offer it for free on their website, where if you download it inside of WordPress, you don't get the pro version. So it makes sense to download it off the website. So what is Timely? Timely is a very, very easy to use all-in-one events calendar that allows you to sync your Facebook events to your WordPress platform and provide a very beautiful layout for all of your fan registrants to see on your nice WordPress site. So that's the first thing that I used. The next thing that I needed to do was a way to get my data from Facebook and have it populate fields within WordPress. So how did I do that? Well, it's all about the shortcodes. So how did I use shortcodes even though I'm not a developer? I don't know any PHP coding. I have a very minimal experience with HTML coding. So I use this another free plugin called My Shortcodes. And guess what? It's free, just the same as Timely. So right now I gave you two awesome plugins that you can do a lot of cool things if you just let your mind go with it. The next thing is the only downside. It's a paid plugin, but you don't have to use this. You can just use My Shortcodes and Timely, which I'll explain later. But this plugin, most of you probably already use if you're using any forms without Infusionsoft on your WordPress platform. So what is that plugin? Well, it's the Gravity Forms. And how did I do it with Infusionsoft? There was an Infusionsoft add-on in the marketplace to integrate deeply with Infusionsoft and into Gravity Forms. And you see on the bottom, Infusionsoft, it's kind of free, but we all know that it pays for itself. So let's see how it works. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of how an event creation from Facebook might pull into our website. So here you see we have one of our franchise websites here, Align Life of Greenville East. Basic Facebook event page, a little bit of content, not too much here. But wouldn't it be nice to be able to get this onto my website along with the franchisee's website to be able to showcase this event? Because we all know getting in the back end of a WordPress platform, if you don't really know anything about web coding, might be a little bit scary for you. So that was my first problem. So I had to be able to solve a solution for that. So what did I do? I created and installed the Timely WordPress plugin for the all-in-one events calendar. So as you see here, we got a simple WordPress site that has our events on it. What if I told you that this simple plugin would allow us to sync our events into Facebook? That'd be cool, right? So what if I wanted to get this data on into Facebook? Well, using Timely's plugin, we can automatically sync our Facebook events and create a post within our WordPress. For this example, I'm going to not automate it. I'm just going to refresh it because it refreshes on a daily basis. But for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and do it on my own. So this is the back end, and as you see, we have our Facebook Timely Calendar plugin. All we have to do is go down to the Facebook feeds, add your Facebook feed in here, and this will automatically update as any events come in. Like I said, it updates on a daily basis, but for this demo, I just want to show you how to do it, and so we can automatically update it. So let me go ahead and refresh this event, and as you see, it easily will add one event that's updated. So let me go ahead and visit our site and see what happened. Well, if we come on down here, we notice that we have a Women's Wellness Night, Revolution Life at Align Life of Greenville East. That event kind of seems the same information as here. Wasn't that cool? I automatically just pulled that event right on into my WordPress platform, and all I had to do was create it in Facebook. But ask yourself, why is this important to create the event in Facebook? It's all about the targeted marketing that Facebook provides you. It makes no sense to create one event in your Facebook page and not do it on your WordPress platform. And it also doesn't make sense to create it on your WordPress platform and not create it on your Facebook page. So I took all of that guesswork out and just decided to start creating all of my events in Facebook. So as you see, we look at this event, it's kind of plain and boring. It just really pulled in some of the information. We got our nice little Google Map images. That's cool and all. We got a couple handful of things here. Now what if I told you that, as before in the slide, I wanted to pull in some custom images and videos? Now you see that Timely's calendar, if we go back to the calendar, we can see a nice simple layout here. Nice simple layout, nothing too fancy at all. We can see all of our event details, a nice poster board layout where we can do the month, we can do really anything that we want. I like the poster board, that's my default setting. So going into the Women's Wellness Night, all I need to do is go ahead and click in here and see what's going on. But wouldn't it be nice if I could go ahead and add a nice, very customizable image to fill this whole page to drive some more attention-grabbing information? Sure. So what did I do? All I did was come on in here. Let's go to Google. Let's go ahead and find a nice Women's Wellness Night image. Let's go back. There was one on our Facebook page that I thought was pretty well. Look at this. This is a nice little Women's Wellness Night. That'd be a great image to showcase on my WordPress site, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to go ahead and take this image, open the image in a new tab. Why am I doing that? All I need is this URL right here. And I'll explain why this matters. Using Google's shortener, I'm just going to go ahead and shorten that URL so I got a nice, short, friendly version of the URL for Facebook. Just go ahead and copy that on in. And this is the cool part. On the back end of things, using my shortcode builder, which is down here on the bottom, you notice that my shortcode builder will allow you to create any customizable content, and you don't really have to be some web program genius to be able to do it. So say I wanted to insert that image. Let me show you how it works before I show you the back end. So going back to my event, like I said, we're going to update it automatically, but for this example, we're just going to do a quick walkthrough. So say I go ahead and come in here and edit the event using some shortcodes I created, bracket, image, bracket, my pasted short URL, bracket, backslash, image, bracket. Was that hard? I think that everybody could really accomplish that. Not too difficult. And what does that do? It also gives our fans on Facebook to have a nice image that they can click on and see what it's all about. Go ahead and save that. So now going back on over to our Facebook page, to our WordPress site, we notice that here's my image shortcode. And what does this do? If you notice that image shortcode, all it is going to pull my image alignment, width of 100%, source, I want to put the content. And what is the content? Well, you just put it on in there. There's the content right there. So what did that do for us? Well, like I said, this updates automatically on a daily basis, but for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and update it in the back end so you don't have to sync it. But if you're doing this, you can set it and forget it type of freestyle. So go ahead and refresh the event and we'll see what it looks like. There you go, event was updated. Let me go ahead and visit the site and see what it looks like. Come on down here. Oh, same event, there we go. Now look what happens. Come back on over to our event and look what happened. It pulled that nice looking image on in there. In the meantime, while you're taking a pause, I went ahead and just tried the URL shortener again. Went ahead and worked this time. So there we see we got a nice friendly URL image that we can pull on into our Facebook event page. Now look at it, it looks beautiful. But here's the other problem. We cannot get them to register. So we got to change that. So that's why we created another shortcode. We created another shortcode using the shortcode builder. What does this shortcode builder do? Well, it's going to register them using the register shortcode that has been pre-provided. And if we look, all we're going to do is use our gravity form. See, all we're doing is using gravity form shortcode. Pretty very simple. And let me show you how this works. All we got to do, come on down here, register. And that's my shortcode, and that's my clinic specific shortcode. So I'm going to come in here and refresh the event one more time. Like I said, this is always going to automatically update on a daily basis, but for this little demo walkthrough, I'm going to go ahead and automatically update it for us. Let's go ahead and refresh our event. Now we come on down. Look at that. Now look at this event. We just took a very stagnant event and now made it into something very beautiful. A nice looking Facebook image. We got a nice register page. Everything here and there. Now in my little demo I said that we could do condition-based web forms. What is condition-based? That means if I fill out one form, it might populate another form. So Infusionsoft doesn't have that plugin, which is why I prefer using the gravity forms for my WordPress site. But with the killer integration with Infusionsoft, it's a very, very good plugin to use. And gravity forms on the back end, you can just see it here, customize your forms the way you want. But watch how it works. I'm just going to put in my name here, Nick Kulavic. Just do a little test number here. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's give it an email. How about test@alignlife.com. Did you see what happened? Because I've set up my gravity form to conditionally populate the next field down when they put this asterisk, it's going to populate. And since everybody in an email, to make it valid, has to have that we're going to populate. So wouldn't it be nice if we wanted to ask our event attendees before the event if they'd maybe like to talk to the doctor or maybe discuss some private matters before we get started? Which is what I did. So what if my answer is no? Well, hey, but before I go, I'm going to ask them if they would like to subscribe to my Health Secrets newsletter. Why not? But here's the big catch. I auto-populated the yes field. Why did I do that? Because 90% of the time, it's going to allow your conversion rates to be a lot higher. Now, what if, say, the client or the event registrant wanted to go ahead and before the event, like to schedule this consultation? Well, just as before, watch what happens. All we do is set this to yes, and then there it is. Our pre-populated fields come down that we can do condition-based marketing, all linked into Infusionsoft follow-up sequences to give the patient every type of education that they need before they even come to the event. Isn't that great? Let's say I wanted to learn more about fibromyalgia. I'm going to go ahead and select that. I'm going to ask for the best time to call, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, because I don't work on Saturdays, Sundays. And then maybe, 11 to 1 p.m. That works good for me. And yes, I would definitely like to be subscribed, always. Go ahead and submit that. And it might give us a trigger here because I don't have a space in my phone. And there we go. You've successfully been registered for the event and you'll receive confirmation via email. So how does it all integrate with Infusionsoft, you ask? And how do I set up that condition-based marketing? Well, come on back here to the back end of Gravity Forms, and we'll go ahead and show you that event registration page. So here's one of the things that you didn't see going on. Here's the setup in the back end of WordPress that the condition-based is all we have to worry about. So go into my Gravity Forms, go to the Advanced section. Let's go ahead and show this field if all of the following criteria. If the email contains the @ symbol, and then let's go ahead and show this health secrets regardless of if the answer is yes or if the answer is no. Because no matter what, we want to ask them. But we don't want to ask for so much information at once. We want to gradually ask for some information. But hey, here's the point that you didn't see. These hidden fields. So now wouldn't it be great for that consultation that we scheduled to know what event they were talking about before they came into the office? That's why Gravity Forms provides us with a nice simple embed post title, which I can embed the post title of my event right on in here to the form, send that on off to my doctor so that they know what type of event that they're talking about before they come to it. Isn't that great? And that was all a free, easy to use plugin. Now if you don't want to use Gravity Forms, actually hold on, before I get ahead of myself, let me go ahead and show you the integration of Infusionsoft. So in Gravity Forms, all we have to do is click this Infusionsoft integration right here. And we see that we have the Greenville East. It's as simple as picking which fields match which fields in Infusionsoft, and then applying the tag. And why does applying the tag remember? Because Infusionsoft, back in March, came out with an awesome new campaign builder that has that tool that many of us might not use, the tag receiver. So use the tag receiver. Run all of your actions off the tag receiver. That's all we have to do. We can add our email, first name, last name, lead source. That's the source URL. You didn't notice that I had that too. So maybe if they're a new registrant, I knew exactly where they came from. I got their phone number. I also have best date and time to call, the condition, if they would like to subscribe to Health Secrets. I also got the event name. What else do I have? I have my tag that says website event sign up. Right there. And what does that do? That triggers my campaign action set back in Infusionsoft. Pretty cool, huh? And if those fields are true, that signs them up for my newsletter, that gives my staff the confirmation, they follow up via email, and everybody's happy. But from the end user's thing, all I did was create a couple shortcodes, create a couple web forms, and after that, every single event, all I have to do is create it on Facebook. Very, very simple, but now if I go to my site, I have a beautiful looking layout on my page. I have some nice sidebar widgets. I can do really anything that you want. So if you have any questions or anything like that, go ahead and hit me up on Twitter at KULAVC3. I'll show you kind of how to do it. Remember, this is free, but if you didn't want to use the Gravity Forms plugin and you just wanted to completely integrate shortcodes with your Infusionsoft, you can totally do that. Instead of using a Gravity Form field like I like, because Gravity Form fields allow for this condition-based question and answer, you can go ahead and go back in here into the shortcodes and just drop in your full Infusionsoft HTML code or JavaScript. It doesn't matter. It will work for both of them. So let me go back to this image shortcode that I showed you. All I have to do is go to the template. Right here I can put in my JavaScript, my HTML, I can put everything, which means that your form will automatically update from Infusionsoft. Your contacts will be tagged with the right people. They will go to the correct campaigns, and then your attendance will go through the roof. So that's all for this little short tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you. Have a good night.